You're not the Russian vids from YouTube, you're just another channel, Russian vids football. Okay. I'm sorry for assuming.
This is a call for an...
Do I know who Call is behind the camera? No idea. Probably a crazy person.
Uprising, welcome to today's show. Always risky to talk about anything potion related, but this is a combo of that and digital identity and even celebrities letting you know to be prepared for the digital identity. And before I get deep into that, I just want you to know, I said this yesterday, I have a video up on my other channel. I'm putting videos over there. If you haven't seen them already, you need to see them. Some are videos that were blocked and removed from the channel that got deleted. Some will be new.
What a shame, Call. What if Call is actually Peter with a voice changer? No, Call's more articulate than Peter. And no, we did not get a bingo yet.
New videos as well on the Fire Rises channel about this really cool compound called graphene. And I'm giving science lessons about, you know, battery life and things like that. Yeah, in other words, you need to check it out. It's linked below. It's pinned in the description box and pinned in the comments, I should say. Click it. At least subscribe to the channel, but definitely watch the video. Even if...
Does Call worship Trump? No, Call is a nonpartisan conspiracy nutter. He thinks all politics is a show, and that Trump and Biden don't really dislike each other. Republicans and Democrats don't really dislike each other. They're all puppets of the cabal, which is funny because in a sense there's a semblance of truth in there in that our political system is controlled by moneyed interest, but that's not really what they think. They think it's like Illuminati, Freemason, cabal, anti-Semitic stuff. Speedy Yoshi says, if we're ever uploaded into the Matrix and look like the Sims from Sims 4, please no, don't make me go.
If you've seen it, it's worth watching again, so you have an understanding of what's going on. And again, another strike here. I won't be able to upload. I'll have to upload over there. So please make sure you subscribe to it. Now, the digital, what do we want to call it? Some call it the password, the digital ID, right? I'm going to show you a clip, which just shows you how all of this is set up around what's going on now with the outbreak. The outbreak, the purpose of it is to gain control, to bring in stuff like this because they want to, you know, they tell people it's for the best.
What's Call gonna do in like 5 years when all this is like decently in the rearview mirror and nothing of substance has really changed? Is he gonna reflect it all on the fact that he was entirely wrong, or... Probably not. Empty the Tank says, love you, Hannah, but I can't do a whole stream of Call. Have some bits and have a good night. Hope you have a good night too. Thanks for the bits. Tucker White says, fucking hell, he's so close to getting it. Yeah...
benefit of their health and their safety, and they also tell people, you know, with the other things like the hacking and, you know, their identities being stolen, why it's so important to have digital identity. This all leading, of course, to the metaverse, the mark. All of this stuff combined is happening at the same time for a reason. So the outbreak is obviously numero uno on the list to get people to embrace this so we could see who's magic potion and who's not. I talked about this over a year ago, how you're going to hear more when they get closer to implementing this everywhere. You'll hear more stories about fake cards. You've heard people like, you know, NFL players and stuff faking the cards.
Procagom says, didn't he have a bunch of 2012 vids that he removed after nothing happened, or was that another conspiracy theorist? I don't know. I wasn't on his stuff prior to, like, I definitely wasn't there that early. Blackwing Hecate says, don't be absurd, Hannah. Call can't learn.
Which gets people really riled up who have the potion. You'll hear more stories like crazy.
If he said Mark, then yes, that's Mark of the Beast.
Crazier ones that they'll make up. That'll just be CIA ops. You know, to get people convinced that we need it to be digital, not physical, because people are able to.
1 second. Let me do something real quick.
To do this, and then outbreaks are happening, and we're never going to get past it, blah, 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 and we need to keep the unpotioned locked out. And we have celebrities even talking about, I'll talk about the celebrities who are talking about digital identity after, but listen to this for yourself from, what is this guy's name? Tony Blair, the former I think he was the prime minister, but just listen to this nonsense.
And the unvaccinated. So both here at home, if we do have to adjust some of the freedoms because of the rising pressure from new variants, then it's important at least to ensure that those people who are vaccinated have the maximum freedom they can. And I think that could also be done for travel. If you're double vaccinated, it should be much easier to come in and out of the country. And indeed,
that makes practical sense. Rageology says, I just want to say that my contempt for call isn't born out of snobbery. I'm just amazed that there is someone out there who is worse at life than I am. Same.
Around the world, I think you will find that countries start to distinguish between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. So in Europe, for example, they're going to allow you to travel freely within Europe if you're double vaccinated. You get proper proof of vaccination. I mean, actually, the NHS ex-people have done a good job in the NHS app, but we need to make that interoperable with other systems so that you can use this as proof of vaccination. You're facilitating it. So
why so many lapses? We get it. This guy is basically saying it should be easier to travel if you're vaccinated, and I don't disagree with that. Makes sense.
That is going to be just normal life for the foreseeable future.
So this is what they want for society, right? They want a digital identity. And celebrities like Reese Witherspoon.
Digital identity has nothing to do with what he's talking about. A digital identity is like Mark Zuckerberg marketing metaverse bullshit that isn't going to come to fruition in any way close to the way that they are projecting, because they're trying to do so in a way that monopolizes a sort of future version of the internet based entirely in virtual reality, which, frankly, I don't find tenable as a user of VR. I enjoy VR. It's gaming applications and experiential applications in terms of, like, things that are kind of like games, but more experiences. They're fun. I don't think you're going to want to surf the web in VR. I could be wrong. This could age very poorly. I'm not someone who's ever said I'm good at predicting the future, but just as someone who spends time on the internet, it's a lot easier to surf it, you know, on a laptop, on a tablet, on a phone, than it is to traverse virtual reality. Doesn't really make sense. KBS666 says, my contempt for Call is derived from my overall contempt for his sort of conspiratorial Christianity. I grew up in that kind of church, and it was awful. I'm sorry. That is unfortunate. Felix Night Owl says, did you hear that the feckless milquetoast granny herself, Nancy Pelosi, announced that she's running again in 2022? She was born in 1940. Does it ever end? When can millennials finally take over and put these trash politicians to bed? Even Gen Xers, honestly. Yeah, I don't know.
Witherspoon, that's right. And you might say Reese Witherspoon. I've actually covered Reese before because Reese is very big into the anti bang bang, those things that go bang bang when you fire them, something like that they sound like. Very big against it. And I was showing, I did a video like 2 or 3 years ago, all these celebrities coming out and they're like, we need to do something, we need to stop it. We don't need these things in society. And then, you know, every movie that they're in.
Call definitely shouldn't have them. He's made active threats against me and Cirrus. So no, he should not have them. Nico Sphinx with 200 bits says, to contrast Call's transphobia, I want to share something wholesome. My girlfriend came out to me as trans recently, near our 7-year anniversary, about 6 years after I came out to her as a trans man, and I'm very happy that I can support her trans journey, just like she's been supporting mine all these years. That's sweet. Cute couple.
Even Reese Witherspoon in movies firing these things, using them. You know, it's the oxymoron ridiculousness of all of it. These people are just nothing but frauds. But anyway, Reese said, in the near future,
Oh yeah, Reese is into NFT bullshit. Did you guys see this? They got Reese! They got Reese Witherspoon with this NFT dog shit.
person will have a parallel digital.
Princess Mononoke says, I enjoyed this channel chat, but I can't do this call journey. See y'all again soon, I hope. See you later. To Fluffy Oreo, thanks for 10 months, says, bang bang is as incognito as this message. Bang bang for 10 months. Yeah, he's just trying to get around the YouTube algorithm thing. Poorly.
Identity. Avatars, crypto.
Okay, if you do that one more time, I gotta ban you. Seriously. Knock it off. I don't want any conjecture over who Call may or may not be. Not what we're doing here. If you do that one more time, you're getting banned. Tucker White says, speaking of NFTs, here's some new NFT bullshit. There was no link. I assume you're supposed to do the link.
Crypto wallets.
We'll do a bingo update after this vid.
Digital goods will be the norm. Are you planning for this? All right, so Reese is now prepping her for more celebrities will be doing this. And I've been warning people about this. So they're giving it like the sense of, hey, are you ready? This is what the world's going to be like. Whereas I'm saying, be forewarned. of what this is going to be like, because this has to do with the mark. This has to do with the metaverse. This has to do with crossing over the technology and humanity, transhumanism, all of it. This is the end game. That's what it is. And the celebrities are like, yeah, in the near future, everyone's going to...
NFTs aren't transhumanism. It's a Ponzi scheme. They're very different things.
have a digital identity. Huh? And why is that necessary? Oh, right.
Here it is. Let's see. The next major trend in NFTs is to rent them out, and crypto landlords are making a killing. Oh god, why? What would the point be? Why would you want to rent an NFT? What? Oh, life is a nightmare. Austy Wasty, thanks for 7 months. Appreciate it.
So we can make sure we can, keep the potion away from...
How's Ethereum doing? God, what a weird price thing. Okay, so it went up. Oh, this is all today. Jesus Christ. Okay, it's down. That's good.
From the unpost.
Sorry, stay on topic. Elmanado says, please be kind and rewind those NFTs.
Et cetera, et cetera. Make sure identities don't get stolen. All this nonsense that they're trying to push on everybody. Even have Forbes talking about the next evolution of digital identity in 2022. How important this is. Legislators have reacted to the pandemic-driven digital transformation of services with a wave of KYC requirements for crypto, mobility, and online retail for age-restricted products, to name a few. So, I mean, in 2022, I believe companies handling online transactions will develop more sophisticated approaches to identity verification that go beyond regular requirements and become a cornerstone for business, product, and customer service strategies. Okay? So this has to do with the mark. Remember, not be able to buy or sell. I know a lot of people believe that the potion itself is it. They're entitled.
No, it doesn't. That is Mark of the Beast on the bingo card. He's referencing the Mark of the Beast as depicted in end times rapture mythology. Call. NFTs have nothing to do with that. NFTs, again, are a scam, in my opinion, run by a bunch of crypto bros who want people to buy into their Ponzi scheme. That's about it. It's not the Mark of the Beast. There is no beast. There's no mark. Not real, believe it or not.
Entitled to believe whatever they want. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not one of those people that's self-righteous and I'm like, this is not it, and fight them on it. They want to believe that they can. The potion does have everything to do with the mark, so...
Rageology with 45 bits.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
I'm trying.
In a sense, they're right, because, in my opinion, because when we, you're going to need to have that to have this type of technology, right? Remember, because the certain thing that's in it is going to be able to hook them up to this digital realm, so to speak, that they're creating. To have this type of technology, right? Remember, because the certain thing that's in it. And I'm like, this is not it, and fight them on it. They want to believe that they can. The potion does have everything to do with. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not one of those people that's self-righteous and I'm like, this is not it, and fight them on it. They want to believe that they can. The potion.
Let's see. Report. Harmful or dangerous acts. Other dangerous acts. Claims vaccines have microchips in them. Why does he do this to himself? I really don't understand. $8:15 is the timestamp. Stone Corbell says, Call says he's not self-righteous. He's the most self-righteous person I've ever heard of. Gearthin with 100 bits. Thank you. Dirtjer with 50 bits.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Speedy Ochi says, trying to think of all the things people have said that were Mark of the Beast. I know they've said scanners at the grocery store, specifically the UPC codes. I think maybe credit cards. They said credit cards. They said the RFID chips in credit cards. I don't know. You probably know more about this, Hannah. Yeah, there have been multiple things that they've said throughout history they thought were the Mark of the Beast. And by history, I mean like the last century, because this modern kind of like rapture theology is relatively recent in Christianity. This Mark of the Beast, biblical rapture. Don't get me wrong, Christians have been waiting for the rapture for a long time, but its modern conception isn't as old as you would think. Jamie Lynn says, by the standards of the Bible, wouldn't Call go to hell? I guess it depends on your interpretation of the Bible, I guess. You can kind of interpret the Bible a lot of different ways. But he's definitely a believer. He's just also really hateful and threatens people. And all sorts of terrible things. I'd argue he even takes God's name in vain, but he would disagree. I don't think it really matters, though. None of it's real. So, oh yeah, they thought Social Security numbers were the Mark of the Beast. Yeah.
Does have everything to do with the mark. So in a sense, they're right. Because, in my opinion, because when we, you're going to need to have that to have this type of technology, right? Remember, because the certain thing that's in it is going to be able to hook them up to this digital realm, so to speak, that they're creating with the, the 5G, 6G, okay? The metaverse and all this other nonsense. And you're going to need to have an identity verification, which will be digital, in order to do just about anything. Banking, groceries, all of it, okay? And they have to create these events around it. So one of the things is obviously the outbreak, okay, that they've created, because they're getting people, we got to tell who is and who isn't.
He's doing
so
a lot of bannable
spaces
stuff in this video, wow. Starling CJ, thanks for 11 months.
The people who have it they should have more freedoms because they have it, and when the people who don't, those...
Call, it's about protecting others, and it's about protecting people from the spread of diseases. There's also a brand new variant that's being detected now that's even more transmissible than Omicron. Again, in part because people like you are refusing to get vaccinated, and you become little petri dishes in which viruses can mutate. So it's not great. It's not good. But whatever. I'm vaccinated and boosted. I feel bad for everyone who can't be for medical reasons, and for everyone with, issues that would exacerbate COVID if they were to catch it, and you people have blood on your hands. So, you should feel bad. I know you don't. You're shameless. But you should. Hydrate.
Bad people shouldn't have any freedoms. And then, of course, it'll go into hacking, right? Even here it talks about hacking, bank accounts, the hackers out there, the scarce of the hacker, right? The stories we constantly hear, Amazon was hacked, McDonald's was hacked. Well, this is all obviously done on purpose, because this is how they get people to want this
The hackers do it on purpose, but no, I don't think any company likes when their stuff is hacked, because that makes them look bad and makes their customers not trust them.
Digital type realm this digital identity, because they'll say it's unhackable because it's in you. It's a part of you, right? So
that's stupid and doesn't even make sense, Call. If stuff is in a database anywhere, even if it's connected to you, it's hackable. That's dumb. And no one is claiming that except for tech bro idiots and people trying to sell you things.
So they say since major markets like the EU have legislated requirements for crypto, decentralized finance has become the center of attention, while DeFi made up 75% of crypto apps this year. And again, I don't have a problem with anybody that if you people make money doing the crypto stuff. I'm not oblivious to what it is.
Oh no, Call is so paranoid about every single normal, benign thing, but he's fine with crypto. Of course he is. Of course, he has to be wrong about literally everything, so of course he's fine with crypto. Good lord.
I don't like to get involved in anything gambling related. In the past I've invested in stuff. It's just gambling is really what it is. People are like, no, it's investing. Oh, you have the same chance of betting on a football or basketball game. It goes up or goes down. But the only difference is you can get out when you want. But anyway, a lot of people have made money doing the crypto, and a lot of people...
And even more people have lost it. That's how scams work.
People who are awake think that it's the way to stop the feds from total control. It's exactly what the feds want. And people have to get it through their head. They want, the celebrities are beyond endorsing crypto. Tom Brady, even Reese Witherspoon there, Matt Damon, all of them. They're all endorsing it. They're not going, this is some crazy tinfoil hat thing.
They paid Matt Damon to be in a commercial. And I don't really have an opinion on Matt Damon one way or another, but when I saw him in that commercial, I was like, ew, Matt Damon. It made me think less of Matt Damon, not more of crypto. I think a lot of people thought the same. Speedy Yoshi says, trending on Twitter a while ago was, I have pre-existing conditions. It was a big thread of people posting pictures of themselves and saying their pre-existing condition and saying, it's not always obvious. We're not all in wheelchairs or overweight. I made the mistake of looking at the QRTs. Lots of them saying they were making it up. Some of them were saying they all deserve to die, and the worst ones, the lady who started the thread with her selfie, had a kind of pointy nose, so, oh, anti-Semitism, yikes. Why are people dog shit? Russian vids was probably Call. I had suspicions it was either him or a troll, but, whatever. He's banned now.
They would have stopped it a long time ago. They wouldn't even allow, in any country, humans to have the ability to create a different currency on their own outside of what they're told. But again, that's what...
I mean, you could. You just have to convince enough people that it's a currency, which even crypto bros haven't been able to do, which is why you can't go to the store and buy things with crypto. Also, the technical limitations. It takes a long time and a lot of money to do any sort of crypto transaction.
What's scary about it is people, they've made money doing it. So
but if you wanted to go and be like, I have, I don't know, this bottle cap, and we're going to turn bottle caps into currency, and if you could convince everyone to start using bottle caps as currency... In theory, you could. I just don't know how well that would work as a system because there'd be nothing backing it.
So they love it, and they want to embrace it, and
they're watching the stream and commenting to Call about it on YouTube. Gotcha. Call fan.
I mean, it's perfectly fine. If you invested and you made money, it's good for you. But, telling people that this is, not a part of the New World Order plan, you got to be nuts. The digital currency's never going away because it is the New World Order.
Russian vids, if you're still talking to Call and you're still watching this, tell him I said hi.
Their currency. Okay, whether it's all these different crypto type dollars and NFTs, or if they just decide to make one big one, whether it's Bitcoin or something else, and everyone has to be a part of that system, they'll usually give you the option of different things all connected to the same because it's the illusion of freedom and choice, which keeps these people, these zombies, thinking that they're living in a republic or they're living in a free society when they're not. It's, like I always say, it's like going and getting Kraft mac and cheese or Stouffer's, right? It's the same crap and it's the same chemicals.
I don't know if you know this, Call, but Kraft mac and cheese, very different than Velveeta and much different than Cracker Barrel. Up your mac and cheese game, my friend. Or make your own at home. That's also good. Blackwing Hecate says, I get that ad a lot before movies, and every time I'm concerned about having to rescue Matt Damon from someone again. Also, and then there's a link.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah, I've seen that movie.
One's more priced than the other, but it's the same thing. But it's the reason they do that, and they don't just offer one, because these are all owned by the same companies, in other words. Right? They're all making the same amount. So you say, why would Stouffer's, why would this company have Stouffer's and have Kraft, or whatever company is? Cheerios A versus Cheerios B.
If a company owns two, it's very likely that they've done some sort of anti-competitive practice where they've merged with another company that made the other kind of mac and cheese or cereal or whatever, but they don't want to consolidate them into one because then they'd alienate the fans of the other kind, so they just sell both in parallel and are basically in competition with themselves. It's monopolizing. This is not uncommon under capitalism.
Brand name one. Because it's the illusion of...
Yeah, in the Fallout franchise, bottle caps are the main currency because they're backed by purified water, which is a scarce resource in the series. Yes, I was just using them as a hypothetical.
Freedom. The money goes back to the same people.
You almost finished the fan art? Woo! I'm excited.
So they don't, you'd say, well, why don't they just make Cheerios and just stick Cheerios out there because barely anyone wants to buy them? Because.
That sounds an awful lot like communism, Call. You sound like a dirty red commie We live in the land of the free and the home of capitalism, my friend, where I can buy Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios or off-brand. Let's look at all the different kinds of Cheerios. Off-brand Cheerios. Call wants to live in a communist dystopia where I don't get to choose between Honey Nut Cheerios and great value Honey O's Nut. Okay? I want to choose. Maybe I want Tasties. Tastios. Maybe I want Honey Nut Tastios. Honey Nut Crispy Oats? What? Call. I will not live in your communist hellscape where I don't get to choose Honey Nut Scooters over Honey Nut Cheerios. You commie pinko bastard. Procagon with 50 bits says nut. And Overthought says communism. Yeah, Hannah mentions cheese for mac and cheese. And hydrate.
The illusion of freedom keeps these people free in their minds from realizing that they're under total control. So they're saying here anyway, in 2022, the technological innovations from DeFi will continue to create infrastructure for the future of finance as well as digital identities, point-based identity verification solutions that serve traditional financial. Right, this is just zombie kind of talk. I don't want to bore you to death here. But companies building digital identity infrastructure will likely take privacy, preservation, and trustless architecture concepts to serve consumers more effectively, right? And again, that's one of the things they'll ease people in with. You'll be safer, okay? You won't have to worry about your identity. You won't have to worry about your privacy. You won't have to worry about having money stolen from your account or hackers. Right? And then
Call. People with NFTs and crypto get their money stolen at a much higher rate than people who store their money in banks. Like, crypto wallets are dog shit for remaining secure. Do a little research before you make a video.
Of course, the outbreak is really the predecessor to get everybody on board. Right? It's here to get people to go, we need digital passports. People go, yeah, we need them. So we know who has it, who doesn't. Can't
Call knows passports are already in digital form, right? Like, you have a physical passport, just like I have a physical driver's license or whatever. But all that information is also in servers and computer systems. Like, if I get pulled over and a cop looks at my ID, he goes to the, cop car, scans it or puts in the number, and it comes up on his computer. It's already all digital. We just also have physical versions. TubeMan says, except in Fallout 2 where they use Republic's money and New Vegas where each faction has its own currency.
Trust the paper slip. Might as well have it. And then we could make it easier. We can go into clubs and we could just automatically go in. We don't have to present papers. We have something scanned on our phone, which eventually will be in us. So we won't even have to scan it on the phone because first it'll be the phone and everyone will go, yeah, but it's annoying. I got to pull out my phone.
Call. We're all talking about the same thing. The only thing we're changing is whether you scan a barcode or slide a magnetic strip, or tap an RFID chip, or tap something in your phone, or tap something in your hand. It's all just going to servers somewhere. All we're talking about is where the thing is that holds the information that it's linking to. It's all already in the computers, Call. You work on the internet, idiot! How do you not understand how this works?
Okay, well, sooner or later, maybe it'll even be a purple light that they can see who has it and who doesn't. Ever think about that? Wink, wink. Uh-huh.
He's still obsessed with the purple streetlights.
Right? Uh-huh. A UV light, and you can see who's got it in them, who doesn't. And they're allowed in because they saw it when they lit up under the purple light, just like when they do when you go to a club or a bar and they...
No, they don't, Call. They literally don't.
Shine that purple light on your license. See where I'm going? I got videos on my other channel, Fire Rises, about it. You should check it out if you haven't. Now you can see why, right? Can't really say it, but you should be able to connect the dots. So, celebrities...
Again, it's very weird to me when he thinks he's being subtle. Call, it's never subtle. Everyone understands what you're saying. Nick says, if you see a UV light, you'll see a lot of cum, Call. True. Procagam says, but Hannah, how can ones and zeros ever be used to represent real information like a physical passport? That just don't make no sense.
Endorsing it, preparing you for it, I should say, more so than endorsing, because people went after Reese about the digital currency, and some liberals don't like it, which just shows you how stupid they are. They don't realize that this whole new world order that they want, this destruction of capital.
Call, again, she's talking about crypto and NFTs, which is a right-wing libertarian thing, not a left-wing thing or a left-wing libertarian thing. Brockgom says, but Hannah, read that one. Blackwing Hecate says, so phosphorescence equals Illuminati? Apparently.
Capitalism is based off of digital currency. Just drives me nuts how dumb some of these people are. But they're going to start prepping people for this digital identity. Of course, this has to do with the metaverse, living in virtual hell, as I like to call it. And of course, going from 5.G to 666G. So I want to make everybody aware of that. You heard the Prime Minister and talking about it. This is coming. So be forewarned. Share this with people. Let them know. Again, a reminder to join the website at callforuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. I hope to see people over there. Please consider joining if you haven't. It is well worth it. The forum is active 24/7. There's great stuff being shared over there. I'm learning constantly from other people, and I love seeing other people's channels or what's going on in their town. It's a community of friends over there. It's a really great
anti-Semitic friends
environment. It's troll-free. That's why it's $2.99. Otherwise, if it wasn't and it was free for everyone to join, the kind of garbage that would be posted over there 24/7. I've got a lot of people who are sickly obsessed with me for.
I am excited for like 5 to 10 years from now when we do get done with the 5th generation of mobile data technology and we go on to 6G. And Call will shockingly discover that after 5 and before 7 comes the number 6. And he is going to cream his pants over that because he can title so many videos 666G. It's going to be a golden age. Tea with Goblin says, bugger it. I slept in and missed half the damn stream again. You're looking brilliantly blingy today, Hannah. Thank you. Tucker White says, wait, I could get an implant and never have to renew my passport or driver's license? That's the weird thing. You'd still have to renew it. They renew it so they make sure the information is up to date and that your picture is up to date. Being digital wouldn't undo any of that. Doesn't even know what he's talking about.
For the wrong reasons, who just love to troll, which is perfectly fine with me. It doesn't bother me. I don't get affected by that stuff. But
seems like you do. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad. I'm just gonna make a bunch of fake accounts. Okay, that seems reasonable. Procagom says, if I'm ever put in charge of any kind of technological standards, I promise to include 666 in every single number I can. Every release number will include it, and you better believe it will be used in the actual data packets. Bless you.
But they'd be all over the website if I didn't. But they don't have $2.99 to join. Some do, but, they join.
Call, I definitely make more money than you.
The second you notice they're a troll, they get
Not that it matters.
Thrown off, and they lose $2.99, so they can keep doing it. That money again goes towards buying Bibles for prisoners and the homeless. So, thanks. And again, I want to remind you.
Maybe food. Maybe get the homeless food. They can't eat a Bible.
Check out my other channel, The Fire Rises. There's new content over there. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Definitely need to make sure you subscribe to it, though. Do it now if you're still here listening. I want to thank all of you for your support. Appreciate all you greatly. God bless you and your families. This is...
So that's another Call video. What else can we take a look at?